Have you ever wondered why, more than a century after his death, we still talk about Dr. Jose Rizal? His name is on our streets, his face is on our coins, and his words echo in our classrooms. We stand before his monument every December 30th. But beyond the ceremonies and the memorized quotes, have we truly lived what he stood for? Renato Constantino once posed a challenge that startled many Filipinos. He said, "Our task is to make Rizal obsolete." At first, it sounds disrespectful. Why would we want to make our national hero obsolete? But if we think deeply, Constantino wasn't telling us to erase Rizal from our hearts. He was challenging us to fulfill his dream so completely that his teachings would no longer be reminders, but realities. To make Rizal obsolete means to reach the point where his mission is finished. It means to live in a Philippines where the people no longer need a hero to awaken them, because they are already awake. Constantino reminds us that Rizal's relevance continues only because our society still faces the same ills he once fought against. Rizal dreamed of a nation free from ignorance, injustice, and oppression. Yet, even today, we face poverty, corruption, and inequality. The colonial mentality he condemned still lingers, in the way we sometimes admire foreign things more than on our own. If Rizal were alive today, would he be proud? Or would he still write another No Limit Tangere to expose new versions of the same old injustices? Look around. The Philippines is rich in talent, yet many of our bright minds leave to find opportunities abroad. Rizal valued education as the foundation of national freedom, yet education today is often seen only as a means to get a job, not to build a nation. We believe in a peaceful reform through knowledge and reason, yet our discourse is often clouded by disinformation and hate. These are signs that Rizal's dream is still unfinished, and that is why we cannot make him obsolete. Not yet. We still need his courage to speak truth to power, his discipline to pursue knowledge, and patriotism to love the country even when it is difficult to do so. But Constantino's point remains powerful. The goal is not to worship Rizal forever. The goal is to grow to reach a level where we no longer need him as our guide, because we have already learned to walk on our own as a nation. So, how do we begin to make Rizal obsolete in the way Constantino intended? We start by embodying what Rizal taught: critical thinking, civic responsibility, and love for our people. We make him obsolete when Filipino scientists lead innovation for the nation, when our workers are treated with dignity, when leaders serve with integrity, and when citizens act with compassion. We make him obsolete when every Filipino becomes a living example of his ideals, when we are no longer asking what will Rizal do, because we already do what we dreamed of. So yes, we can make Rizal obsolete, but not by forgetting him. We can only do it by fulfilling his vision, by transforming his dream into our daily reality. Because the day Rizal becomes obsolete is the day the Filipino becomes truly free. And when that day comes, we will no longer need to look up to a statue for our inspiration, because Rizal will live, not in bronze, but in every one of us.